Mr. Johnson, surely someone of your background can solve this simple equation. The professor's condescending tone echoed in the classroom, unaware that the quiet black student he was trying to humiliate had just spotted something that would change everything. This is the story of 12-year-old Marcus Johnson and how one moment in a classroom exposed the dangerous assumptions we make about brilliance. The September morning air felt heavy with possibility as Marcus stood before the gates of Crestwood Academy. His second-hand uniform, pressed by his mother, couldn't hide its worn edges. But Marcus didn't notice. His mind was calculating the architectural angles of the buildings, envisioning the mathematical principles behind their design. "You belong here, baby," his mother had whispered that morning, pressing a wrapped sandwich into his backpack. "Don't let anyone tell you different." Marcus clutched the scholarship letter like a lifeline, a full academic scholarship to prestigious prep school, a dream come true. As he entered the school, he overheard whispers. "That's the scholarship kid." They had to lower standards this year. But Marcus let the words wash over him. He had learned to filter out distractions when solving complex problems, focusing instead on the challenges ahead. His schedule showed advanced mathematics first period, room 314. As he organized the supplies, he overheard more whispers about him being a diversity admit. He shook off the negativity, knowing he belonged here because numbers sang in his head like music, each equation a melody waiting to be solved. When he entered the classroom, all eyes turned toward him. "Take a seat," someone muttered. Marcus chose a desk in the middle and opened his notebook, filled with careful calculations and theoretical proofs he worked on for fun. Professor Richard Whitmore entered, surveying the room with an air of authority. "Good morning, scholars," he began. "Today, we'll review material you should all be familiar with." He gestured to the board, writing a complex differential equation with deliberate error embedded in it, a test of the student's attentiveness. "Mr. Johnson, surely you can solve this," Whitmore said, his gaze fixed on Marcus. The room grew silent, anticipation hanging in the air. Marcus stood slowly. "May I approach the board, sir?" "By all means," Whitmore said, stepping aside, a hint of skepticism in his voice. As Marcus walked to front, he picked up the chalk and began writing. "The equation has a sign error in the third line. You've written xy when it should be plus xy." The room fell silent. Whitmore felt his face warm. The boy had not only spotted the error, but identified it precisely, revealing a depth of understanding that was unexpected. "If we proceed with the equation as written, we get a divergent series that violates the boundary conditions," Marcus continued, demonstrating his understanding with clarity and confidence. Whitmore felt his assumptions crumble. This public school student was demonstrating a level of mathematical sophistication that most PhD candidates would envy. The class was captivated, their perceptions shifting as they witnessed the unfolding of brilliance. "Shall I continue with the solution, Professor?" Marcus asked quietly, a hint of determination in his voice. Whitmore felt trapped. To refuse would seem petty. To accept would mean watching the student dismantle his carefully crafted deception. "You're mistaken, Mr. Johnson," he said, his voice carrying authority. "This is precisely the form used in advanced applications." Marcus didn't back down. "I understand there are various formulations, but this specific error makes the equation mathematically inconsistent. If you like, I can show—" "What I like," Whitmore interrupted, "is for students to trust that their instructor knows considerably more than they do about advanced mathematics." Marcus stood at the board, chalk still in hand. "Professor, I understand there are various formulations, but this specific error makes the equation mathematically inconsistent. If you like, I can show—" The tension in the room was palpable. Whitmore's authority was being challenged by a 12-year-old, and the students were on the edge of their seats, eager to see how this confrontation would unfold. "Very well," Whitmore said, his voice tight. "Show us your interpretation." Marcus began to write, his chalk strokes confident and precise. He explained the error and demonstrated the correct solution, revealing a depth of understanding that left the class in AWS. He worked through the problem. He articulated each step, breaking down complex concepts into digestible parts. The students, once skeptical, now leaned forward, captivated by his clarity and passion for mathematics. The room was silent as Whitmore realized he had underestimated Marcus. The boy wasn't just competent. He was extraordinary. "Shall I continue with the solution, Professor?" Marcus asked, a hint of a smile on his face, his confidence shining through. Whitmore, humbled, nodded. "Yes, please do." In that moment, the classroom shifted. Marcus Johnson had not only solved the equation, but had also dismantled the prejudices that had clouded Whitmore's judgment. As the class ended, Whitmore knew he had much to learn from this brilliant young mind. The real journey was just beginning, and he was determined to support Marcus in reaching his full potential. Recognizing that brilliance knows no boundaries, in the weeks that followed, Marcus became a beacon of inspiration for his classmates. Whitmore, now more open-minded, encouraged Marcus to lead study groups, allowing him to share his passion for mathematics with others. Marcus thrived in this new role, helping his peers understand complex concepts and fostering a collaborative environment. The whispers that once surrounded him transformed into admiration and respect. As the school year progressed, Marcus's confidence grew. He participated in math competitions, earning accolades that further solidified his place at Crestwood Academy. Whitmore, too, evolved. He began to recognize the importance of nurturing diverse talents and perspectives in the classroom. He sought to create an inclusive environment where every student felt valued and empowered to share their ideas. Together, Marcus and Whitmore embarked on a journey of growth, breaking down barriers and redefining what it meant to be brilliant. In the end, it was not just about solving equations. It was about understanding the power of belief, resilience, and the limitless potential within every student. As the school year came to a close, Marcus received an invitation to a prestigious summer math camp, a chance to further hone his skills and connect with other talented students. Excitement bubbled within him as he prepared for the opportunity. On the last day of school, Whitmore called Marcus to his desk. "I want you to know how proud I am of you," he said, sincerity in his voice. "You've not only excelled academically, but have also inspired your peers. Keep pushing boundaries." Marcus smiled, feeling a sense of validation. "Thank you, Professor. I just want to show that anyone can succeed if given the chance." As he walked out of the classroom, Marcus felt a renewed sense of purpose. He was determined to continue his journey, not just for himself, but for all the students who felt underestimated. He envisioned a future where every child, regardless of their background, could shine brightly in the world of mathematics and beyond. With his mother's words echoing in his mind, Marcus stepped into the summer sun, ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. The equation of his life was just beginning to take shape, and he was excited to see where it would lead him.